Hey folks, welcome to my channel Number Pen. So there we have the problem on the screen. Differentiate the following: y equals square root of 1 plus 2 tan x, right? So here again we identify two functions, right? One is a square root function, and then inside the square root we have a 1 plus 2 tan x, right? So application of chain rule, folks. So when it comes to chain rule, what is that we will have to identify first? What is that substitution I can make to simplify y and bring it to a function in terms of u whose derivative we are quite familiar with or can be worked out easily, right? So you can do two substitutions out here. In fact, you can either substitute 1 plus 2 tan x equals u square and solve this problem, but we're not going to do that. I'm going to do the most basic substitution: u equals 1 plus 2 tan x, right? And because when you do a substitution 1 plus 2 tan x equals u square, then you're eliminating the square root, and it becomes a lot more simpler for you, right, to solve the problem. So when I do u equals 1 plus 2 tan x, what is my y? My y is reduced to a root of u, right? So we know what is the derivative of a square root function, and it is useful to know this by heart. The derivative of a square root function is nothing but root of x. D by dx of root of x is 1 by 2 root x, right? So let's write that out in the next step. So my dy by du now becomes 1 by 2 root u, right? And I request you to take a look at the description to understand the list of formulas that you're expected to know by heart. And it's very important that you remember these formulas, otherwise, we will end up spending a lot of time trying to solve even the basic, derivatives, right? So equal to 1 by 2 root u. So I have my dy by du. Let me highlight it with a yellow color as usual. And then I will have to figure out what is my du by dx before I go into my chain rule, right? So let us do that. So my du by dx seems to be a simple application of some rule of differentiation. My du by dx is nothing but d by dx of 1 plus 2 tan x. And by some rule, it is nothing but d by dx of 1, which is a 0, plus d by dx of 2 tan x, which is a 2 secant square x. So let me write that out. And therefore, I have my final answer for du by dx is 2 secant square x, right? So 0 plus 2 secant square x is 2 secant square x. So I have my du by dx. Let's highlight it in our usual green. And I have my dy by du. And then I will have to figure out what is my dy by dx, right? So let me write this down. We have more or less arrived at what we want to. My dy by dx from application of chain rule is nothing but dy by du into du by dx, right? So there I have my answer. It is 1 by 2 root u, which is my dy by du. Let me highlight this in yellow. And then I have my du by dx, which is what I've highlighted in green, which is 2 secant square x, right? So that leaves me with an opportunity to cancel out the 2 in the numerator and in the denominator. And I write out my final answer as secant square x divided by root of u. And then my final answer is expected to be in terms of x. So what is my root of u? My root of u is nothing but root of 1 plus 2 tan x, right? So there I have my final answer: secant square x divided by square root of 1 plus 2 tan x, right? So let's highlight it in our usual pink. So there we have solved the problem, right? I hope you found this content useful. Please do subscribe to my channel and support. Thank you.